Kitsue, which is kimono dressing workshop now. I know some people have seen lots of beautiful kimonos people wearing, and you wonder how to dress properly. This is not easy. As you see, there are several steps you have to go through to wear kimono properly. Now, today we got Noake-chan. She did a really nice tea ceremony earlier, and also we got a model, Etsuko, to be to be a model to wear the kimono. Okay, shall we start? But before we're gonna start, what we need to prepare the kimono.
Well, in fact, you have to have lots of little things. Like, now, she's wearing nagajuban, which is really an underwear kimono. So this isn't actually a kimono. This is an underwear. So if you can't really go out like this. This is like you're in a dressing gown walking around. But you need to have that. And then this is a collar, and you can take the collar off and on. You have to sew it on before you wear it, because you get collar quite dirty easily. So once you take the kimono off, you take the collar off, and you just wash the collar, so you don't have to wash the actual silk bit. So that's how the beauty of the kimono is that it's been simplified. So you only have to do a little bit of washing. So and then you need to be wearing tabby socks. So it's got a little thumb and the other bits of toes. So you can wear those flip-flops. So they're not really flip-flops, but yeah. So you wear. So this is the preparation to the kimono. So the foundation. And this is kimono, the outing, and all these little strings. You need about 4 of them. This is called obita, which goes behind your obi belt to make the obi nice and straight. And that's the obi belt. So I'm going to start with putting on the kimono.
So now she's looking at the length of a kimono, because kimono is quite practical shape, which is you can control the length and width. Now she's looking at how long she wants the kimono. So decide how long she wants, and then she's just pushing up a bit, and then take the whole list of the clothes to tuck in there. So the kimono doesn't choose people who are tall, maybe short, or chubby, or very slim. You can wear kimono by controlling how much clothes you're gonna tuck in underneath of obi belt. Okay, Noake-chan, is there anything else you have to care about when you go for the first stage?
Well, the kimono, unlike the Western clothes, the left bit goes in the front for women, but for both women and men, the left part on this side. That's because we put things here, it's easier to use. So lots of people make mistake wearing kimono wrong way around, but that's really wrong, because you can't have. so that make sure that the left part is on the top.
Yeah, quite often people make mistake that which one is on top in the kimono, because if that's the other way around, it's right side on top, which means it's quite eerie. That's only for person, only for the funeral of the dead person where the right side top. So it's very eerie. So the first stage, she decide the length and then push up the lots of clothing and then tuck in first. Then had a string to make it quite stable. Then next she's gonna use the second string to decide how can I say this? It's called ohashori. It is clothing which fold up to decide the length. This is called ohashori.
This kimono is actually an antique kimono, so it's quite small. The length is quite short, so I can't really have long ohashori. But ohashori you need about the finger length here. But I think this is going to be quite short.
You said antique kimono is quite small, which means people, our ancestors are quite small as a proportional wise. I'm sure modern Japanese people are getting taller and taller. Now we got the beautiful obi belt. Well, this is a very tricky part because the obi belt, to make the beautiful knot, you have to have calculation correctly. Okay, now you can see the back of the model. She took the about 50 centimeters obi first, then put on her shoulder, then go around her body twice. Then she's gonna put the obi ita, which is a board to support obi, because obi is only clothing materials. So if you put the obi on, you really need a support to make it straight and nice and neat. Okay, now she's gonna make a knot here. She made a massive knot using 2 ends of obi. It's not only you have to do really properly and correctly, you also need energy and power to make it really tight and nice.
This is called obi makura, which literally means belt pillow. This is going to make the shape of the obi with a round, nice round shape like here. And this nicely rests on her back.
So this time we use the obi makura, belt pillow, to create a really nice round shape on the back. And then put a very thin, nice cloth on top of the obi makura, and then tie in front so it doesn't slip down.
Tentatively tied obi.
At the moment, obi is just looks like two two materials like that. But now we're gonna make a slightly nice scarf using strings to hold at the back and the bottom of the obi. So if the obi is very straight and flat, it looks really plain. But if we create a lump on the top and also the back, it looks much better. And after using strings to create certain shape, we also look at the balance. If that's straight or if they're too big or too small, then we can slightly manipulate a bit.
This is obijime. This is going to actually hold the obi into this shape.
The obijime strings for making obi properly. This one has got the special material, not just clothing, but also is a rubber inside as well, and then tie in front. Okay.
This looks messy at the moment, but what I'm going to do is just tilt this and tie this into a pretty knot.
Okay, like she said, it looks a mess at the moment, but bear with us. There's also the kimono lesson, how to wear kimono lesson is available on the internet. You can see also on the YouTube, you can see the people trying to teach how to wear kimono and how to wear obi. And it's really difficult if you try to do it by yourself. It's much easier to put on somebody else rather than do it by yourself. Normally, if I do that by myself, I have to do it, make everything on the front, and then I have to put them around to the back. And normally you need a big mirror to be able to see the whole balance. Now she tucked in all the unnecessary strings inside the obi. So you only see the bits of color of the strings which tied the obi makura, which is a belt pillow. And also the coordination of the color you can see, which is also considered so carefully, because a tiny bit of the green, tiny bit of the red on the slightly beige-ish color with the black patterns and stuff. So it's really complicated coordination, but that looks really nice, beautiful.
This is in. Yes.
Also, this is really nicely done kimono Kitsue. It's a kimono dressing. Okay. Can you turn around? Thank you. Yeah, you can see that over here. Just straight and nice, and well balanced. And also, it's not just flat; it has got the kind of shape at the back. And it's really nice to see there's the beauty of the neck, and then it goes straight down with a nice rump, and then straight. It's really kind of Japanese way of showing the female body's beauty in there. And then also this kimono is from the Fuji Kimono. There's a shop over there, and then she's selling lots of beautiful kimono. This is one of them. So if you're interested buying vintage or modern kimonos, that's available there.